Hi guys, welcome back. So now here in this session, I'll just explain what is software as a service. Guys, SaaS in S4 HANA. So if you're able to remember my previous session where like, or this even on internet also, you might have seen that this, what to say, S4 HANA cloud is like software as a service, right? Or else in my previous session also I've explained, look at here, next slide here where I have explained the differences between on-premise and S4HANA cloud editions, right? Look at here. So cloud edition is software as a service, SaaS. So what is this software as a service? That I'll explain here. So now before that, on-premise, you know very well, on-premise means let's suppose if the company want to keep all the controls in their hand, right? All their database and everything supposed to be whatever the data are there, that is the control they want to keep in their hand only. So in that case, they'll go for on-premise. So on-premise means what is happening, guys? So in order to maintain this SAP, so now here separate infrastructure is required, data center is required, or is like in the sense like a certain IT team is also required to manage those things and all. So here, of course, cost involved in that, right? So on-premise means this entire things. Say for example, Tata Motor is there, right? So Tata Motor is saying that I'll be having all the control of my whatever this database is there, whatever my data is there. So I'll be having the all the control of this, right? So they'll go for on-premise where like the entire SAP is going to be managed by them only in the sense like them, or if they're having any IT partner, Tata Motor, if Tata Motor is having a team of consultant, then those people are going to handle, or else if they have taken services from Wipro, Infosys or Accenture, so that is called their IT partner, right? So IT partner means like let's suppose so here Tata Motor is required certain infrastructure to manage this SAP, to maintain this SAP, right? Here what is happening? IT team is also required for that, isn't it? So they have taken the license from SAP, software is installed. After that, all the headaches are there of Tata Motor only, right? SAP is not going to do anything here. Now, uh, so the thing is like everything's are going to be maintained by Tata Motor, even IT team infrastructure is going to be maintained by Tata Motor itself. And in software, like let's suppose annually, whatever the upgradations are happening, taking place, that also supposed to be done manually in the sense whichever IT team is there, those people are going to manage these all things, right? Now, look at here. This is happening in this one on premise. Whereas as for HANA Cloud Edition, so look at here, it is software as a service. Means now here what is happening? You have taken the access of this software as well as services. Services means what services? Now here look at here. SAP is hosted on SAP server is maintained by SAP. Here the software upgrades happen quarterly. Now I'll tell you. Look at here. Here in details I have written. So now if you talk about software as a service, let me do one thing, guys. Okay. So here software as a service, right? So in SAP, SaaS in SAP is a cloud-based model that allow user to access SAP platform over internet. Okay, through internet we can access this SAP. Now this service provider hosts the applications and user typically access them through a web browser. So here SAP services are available to end users over internet, and here what is happening, end user do not need to install any software on their devices to access these services. Now of course if you talk about S4HANA, we are having Fiori, right? So with the help of Fiori, what is happening, guys? Fiori application means now, do you need to install SAP? It's not needed. With the help of, I'm talking about end user. I'm not talking about the configuration part, right? So SAP end users generally what happen through web browser itself, they can log in and they can perform their activity. No matter whatever end user related activities are there, that is going to be performed with the help of Fiori app. This is what? This is web-based applications, isn't it? So here additional installations are not required. SAP applications are not required for end users and all, right? Now, so this Software as a service. Now here what is happening? SAP is giving you the software access as well as services, in the sense which services, guys? All the services. All the services means, look at here. The characteristics of SaaS. Now the first thing is, or benefit of SaaS, we can say SaaS, right? So web-based delivery. Now web-based delivery means SAP can be accessed from anywhere with an internet connections through a web browser. User no longer need to install and maintain the software programs for on their local machines. It is not needed. Simply with the help of web browser, they can log in, they'll be able to perform their activity. That is the first benefit. Second one is automatic updates. Now in, I said like on premise, so whatever the updates and or upgrades are happening, that will be done by the IT team, which is being maintained by Tata Motor. Now Tata Motor has taken a complete package itself, right? Of course it is subscription based, so you have taken the complete package. So in that case, now look at here, automatic update. So SaaS provider, in the sense like whatever SAP service provider, it means SAP itself. Now what is happening? So SaaS provider in charge of keeping the software up to date and making sure that everyone has access to the newest feature and security patches. So now here what is happening, guys? Users are no longer required to manually install or updates, right? Or or fix as a result. Here what is happening? Whatever updates are there, upgradations are happening, right? So manually it is not needed. Why? To maintain the IT team and all, for these things only, na? So now you have taken the complete, you're taking the complete services itself, software as a service, right? So you're having access of SAP software, right? And apart from this, what is happening, guys? Whatever these upgrades and updates are happening, it will happen automatically, isn't it? So look at here. Here I have specified now, software upgrades happen quarterly, right? On cloud edition. So whatever updates and upgrades are there, that is happening automatically. Now here, the IT team involvement is not required and no need to maintain the team, isn't it? Now, the next one is pricing on subscription basis. Of course, like it is going to be so when you're taking such kind of services, it's not only SAPs and applications, right? We are taking the subscriptions and all, and they're giving all the services, isn't it? So here now what is happening? No need to maintain the IT team, no need to maintain the additional infrastructures and all. So a kind of cost saving. Instead of that, SAP is saying that instead of investing a huge amount to maintain all these things, right? You pay certain subscriptions you have to pay annually or monthly, whatever it is. So that is why I've specified here SaaS programs are frequently sold using a subscription based pricing model, in which like customer pay monthly, yearly prices to access the program, right? Now it's not only SAP, guys. Now whatever it is, like if you talk about Microsoft 365, this is this is also software as a service. Netflix is there. This is also the same thing, right? They are maintaining each and everything and all. We have taken the subscription and you guys are going to enjoy the services, isn't it? Here in SAP also, now SAP is saying no need to take the headache of maintaining this entire infrastructure, maintaining the IT team to manage this SAP software and all, isn't it? Now you just do one thing. We are going to provide all the services, all these services, isn't it? As a whole. So that is why they are saying that software as a service. Now here, so pricing on subscription basis, of course, it is going to, they will charge subscription basis, in the sense annual subscriptions, monthly subscription, whatever is there, we have to pay for that their services, right? Data security, look at here. Data security, I already told, including the access restrictions or whatever the backups are required, isn't it? So now here, this is the responsibility of SaaS provider, in the sense service provider. That is the responsibility of SAP itself directly, right? User no longer need to handle their own data security. So here it is not required to maintain, as I said, like additional infrastructure is not required, because you have taken the complete packages, complete services itself, right? So this is what overall, like what to say, explanations about this software as a service, right? In the sense, now we have taken the SAP server access, and apart from this, whatever the other what to say additional cost were there, now SAP is saying that this is none of, like this is not at all your headache. Now we are going to maintain each and everything, right? So simply you just take our subscriptions, isn't it, and enjoy using this SAP, right? Saying this doesn't mean that now, see here, like in case let's suppose if you are like basis consultant and these things are not required, but still functional consultants are required, because if any errors are taking place or whatever, like if any developments are required or whatever it is, so certain consultant is required. But still the cost, if you talk about the cost which is involved here, right, in on premise, that is going to be reduced if somebody is going for this S4 HANA cloud editions and all. So here the cost is going to be reduced compared to on-premise. Now again, it is like depends upon client, whatever, like they, whether they want to go for on-premise or cloud editions, whatever it is, that is totally their choices. But here, since it is written software as a service, so I have seen certain comments were given by people like, so what is this software as a service? So that is the reason I have given this explanations. What is this software as a service? So hope you guys are having the clarifications. What is this software as a service? And so this is all about what you say. This is.